Damn.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time.
It
Very
could
few
be.
perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same bass notes?
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back. It has to be.
I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe it is just that easily to replicate. Wouldn't be impossible.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate.
I mean, why is it that impossible that someone would have had like one of those bottles walking around here? You know?
You all traveled so far to be
I mean,
here. Why
it's
don't
hard
you
to think
rest in
about
the
it, but
hotel
it's
for a
not
bit?
impossible, would it?
Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
Ah, my apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid.
Okay, okay.
Most are being used for storage
I
ahead
see how
of
it
the
is.
exhibition, you see.
I see how it is. Okay, fine, sure.
I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
No. I see how it is. I see how it is. So, Edgar, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with Sumeru wilderness. I'll come with you.
Ah, even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
Why? Why? What's going on? This is very suspicious. It seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel, but they're also trying not to arouse suspicion. I'm not just imagining things, am I?
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
I don't know about that.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Alright then, fine. I don't trust any of those guys, man. They are all like super shady.
Whoa, The smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's
It's all
still
green
so
around here as
many
well.
flowers. Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfume have a house filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
I think anyone would want to do that. I don't think anyone wants a place where it smells like poo.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind this door? Uh-oh.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well?
Okay, he's not listening.
Blaze!
Yes, of course.
All right then, where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
Alright.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine.
No way she's trusting them with anything in that baggage.
Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous! I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Is that so?
Like most people, I guess. Amber wine. Now that's a Fontaine. Now that's a Fontaine specialty I've never heard of before.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
What? Wait, whoa.
That's Master's voice.
What the? Quick, let's go and see what's going on. Wait, what the heck just happened? I can't put down my game fast enough. Which way am I going? Here? At the Royal Hotel, is there a unique...
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Did he get stabbed? Oh.
Kyria.
No, he definitely got stabbed or something.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
Oh dear God.
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
We'll investigate the scene. We'll try to see where the culprit went.
Oh, thank you.
Alright then. Let's check this out.
Strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
Oh, that's a perfume bottle, as I'm assuming. Only a small amount of liquid is left behind the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and the side of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling the liquid in this bottle is...
Really? You think so?
Oh my god. Imagine a perfume like that, dude. Like, I wouldn't even take... like, I would put a single drop on. If it's that expensive. Jesus Christ. That would be like... just a drop of thing on your finger, and then just tap a little bit everywhere, and then you're done. You don't need it anymore. It's such a strong fragrance. It just makes you smell absolutely insane.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
Kid?
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Oh, a kid, huh? Interesting. Clue number 2. We're probably gonna do the investigation We're probably gonna do an investigation technique later. Is someone hiding here?
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
I guess. There are no footprints in the flower bed, and it doesn't look like any the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True.
True. So it's a kid, okay.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
Well, we looked all over, but yeah. I don't know why I read that again.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Absolutely. You know how strong I am? The strongest. You and Emily carefully move Edgar inside. I wonder if he didn't get stabbed. What happened?
So, how's he doing?
Are we just gonna think like the kid did this?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Oh. By that kid? No way. No way. Really? That must be one strong kid though. Really? Did he make Edgar ingest the perfume? Oh my god.
He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have
Oh,
to look into
no.
other clues for now.
We found this bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body.
Brother can just detect it like that. She just take a whiff. You know, it smells the same, but the ingredients in it is not the same. They use this amount and this amount, but in this particular that I was thinking of, you know, the actual perfume that it's referencing, it actually have a this percentage and that percentage, and then it makes this smell. So this is definitely a replica. I guess I am definitely right. Wait a minute. Make that 0.775.
But first, I do believe there are 2 people who could shed some light on the situation.
Oh yeah, if they were to speak. If I speak,
Mr.
I am big
Sylvain,
trouble.
Mr. Lucien.
Wait, you know...
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
Oh, is that
Before
I?
arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
Damn, so it's these guys then.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Just as I thought.
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Dun dun dun.
Emily, you little.
Don't even think about it.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment.
Emily has her own bodyguard, the best bodyguard ever. Well, I mean, yeah, one of the best bodyguards ever.
But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the two of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Come on, don't hold back. Just tell me already.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain,
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucian, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying
That
all that
was
evidence,
so
wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
What?
sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
So far, Kyria's name still hasn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Come on then.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the August flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the August flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the August flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
I mean, I don't know about exactly though. Probably not, right? But yeah.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was August. Wait, does that mean August is poison?
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once. If August could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be August.
Strange. Sylvian seems nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kyria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that.
Doubt.
We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back August.
Nah.
We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation.
A little bit of
It had nothing
fraud.
to do with the product itself.
It's gonna hurt nobody. Just a little bit of fraud, guys. A little bit of fraud doesn't hurt anybody.
As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in August, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact August. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
Very suspicious. Still. They're still hiding something.
You think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Are you really just a perfume who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marachese Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent.